fine. So let's look at this together, right? So it says, write this here, 3 to the n divided by 9 to the n minus 1 as a power of 3. So what do we need to do with a question like this? Well, remember what we've been doing. They're asking us for a power of 3. So what I can see here is I have a base here. This is 3, right? I have another base here, which is a 9, yeah? Well, since I want it as a power of 3, it makes sense to leave this one because this is already as power of 3, right? The base is 3. And then what I can do here is look at the 9. Well, I know that 9 is equal to 3 squared, right? So what I can do then is say, well, if I have, let me write here, if I have 9 to the n minus 1, right? I can replace this 9 with 3 squared. I'm going to write 9 is equal to 3 squared. So therefore, this becomes 3 squared, right? To the power of n minus 1. Can you see? And I also be very careful. I need to put a bracket here, yeah? Because it's 3 to the power of 2. So this is the same thing, right? And then now, if I just look at this here, well, I can use my one of my index laws that says, well, if I have a to the power of b all to the power of c, this is just equal to a to the b times c, right? In this case, we can see that there's 2 powers. So we have this power of 2 here, right? And then we also have this power of n minus 1, yeah? Even though this has more than one expression in it, it's still a power on its own. So what I can do is say, well, let me work this out. I can say, well, if I put this here, then this becomes 3 to the power of, I'll put this in a bracket, and then this will just become 2 times, and then remember, I'm timesing by this whole thing in blue. I need to put a bracket because there's more than one term here, yeah? So therefore, what does this become? This just becomes 3 to the power of, and I'll expand in this bracket, expand, expand. This just becomes 2n minus 2, yeah? So the bottom is done, yeah? So can you see, remember, I ticked the top because it was already as a power of 3, and I'm ticking the bottom now because it's already a power of 3. So what I'll do is I can then put this question here again, and then I'm just going to replace it with what I've calculated it to be, yeah? So then this question becomes 3 to the n all divided by, and then this becomes 3 to the 2n minus 2, 3 to the 2n minus 2, 3 to the 2n minus 2. And then now, remember, I can use my law that says if I have a to the power of b divided by a to the power of c, this is just equal to a to the b minus c. So therefore, in this case, this just becomes 3 to the n, right? Subtracted by the denominator, the power on the bottom. Remember, this is more than one term, so I need to put a bracket around it like this. So it becomes like this, 2n minus 2. And then now, how do I work this out? This is like a minus 1, so this just becomes n minus 2n, and then plus 2. And then simplifying that, well, n minus 2n, right, is just minus n. And then we have a plus 2 here. So this is your final answer. Or if you want to write it a bit more neatly, you can put the 2 in the front, so it becomes 2 to the minus n. So that is the answer for that one. Does that make sense, guys? Does anybody have any questions on that?